Welcome back to another Texas Chain Saw Massacre, the game video. Today we're diving into yet another patch review, this time with No Muerto Times, because there's not another one yet.
Good, because I don't have any money for the new paper.
Need that 10 more cents for the Muerto Times. But yeah, so they don't have another update quite rolling out yet, so No Muerto Times yet, but I still want to throw out a patch review, and then we want to have, hopefully, a brief discussion on the DLC prices. I've already made the videos on it. I don't really feel the need to shit all over them, but I think some things I want to still kind of clarify on why I feel the way I do, because I don't know if I got my point all the way across in the last video. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we discussed it in streams, but...
Yeah. But nobody watches a stream.
True.
But we're going to go over, there's 6 big points to this most recent patch. Want to talk about them, want to talk if they actually work, if they're good changes, yada, yada, yada. Huh? Let's start first with the Hitchhiker Traps, okay? Hitchhiker Traps, the one big thing is that they're fixed, okay? So if you interact with them at the top of a ladder, you're not going to lack the ability to go through gaps or crawl spaces or wells anymore. There was an interaction bug with those traps like that, where if you were moving still, or you were in an interaction while hitting a trap, it resulted in you breaking. So it wasn't just ladders. It could also happen at gaps and crawl spaces, but ladders were was the most frequent because it happened every damn time. So yeah, that seems to actually be fixed.
Right. I mean, they moved the ability to put a trap at the ladder.
Yeah. So it's hard to tell if it's actually fixed.
Yeah, that could just be a workaround and not actually fixed if that wasn't, not implemented, but who knows?
Yeah.
We'll never know.
So that's one thing with the Hitchhiker Traps, but yeah, you already touched on the other. The more important one that everyone's talking about, the Hitchhiker Traps can no longer be put right in front of the ladders. So you will not step in them automatically if you're coming up the top of the ladder. You actually have a chance to look at it and not just take it out with Bomb Squad or a Bone Scrap. You can just walk around it.
It completely killed that strategy altogether.
Yeah, and I'm super conflicted on it because I see both sides where you're like, in real life, as a hitchhiker, I would throw a trap there. But also in real life, as a victim, the second I see it, I'm not going to step in it. I'm going to go back down the ladder. But you don't really, once you're that high up where you can really see it, unless your camera angle is perfect, you won't see it. You're going to step into it and you can't drop back down. And that seems unfair too. So I get moving it, but it also just kind of removes that whole strategy.
Yeah.
But to be fair, I think on most maps, I actually think on all maps, but for the most part, I think that's not a good strategy to begin with. I mean, they work, those work, but you can easily work around them as victims. And to me, you should be putting your traps actually like closer to objectives. I mean, you could argue, like, let's say the fuse box spawns outside a gas station. Then the garden, the tool storage ladder, then becomes way more powerful.
Right. Or that crawl space right outside the shed.
Right.
Yeah.
But still, like, so you're coming up in that ladder all the time, you're sneaking over there, you're running back, and it would be nice to be able to put a trap at the top of that ladder. So I see both sides, but, to completely lack the ability to avoid the trap is pretty annoying. So, yeah. And now, I mean, the odds of you catching somebody at the top of the ladder with the trap, slim to none.
None.
Yeah, you do. So you have to be more creative with them. They should be in gaps. They should be in crawl spaces. They should be in places like that. Yeah.
Playing a hitchhiker, I never put them at the ladders anyway because of the bug.
Yeah.
So I have other places for them.
Yeah, but I know that one probably breaks the hearts of the hitchhiker mans out there. Like I said, conflicted on it. I don't know what's the best answer for those traps at the top of the ladder. Really, in an ideal world, it'd be I can control whether I go up or down on a ladder.
Right.
But when you can control if you go up or down a ladder, you sit in the ladder the whole time, you control your teammates and you control the family.
Yeah.
So that's why you don't have the option to do that. I don't know. You can't fix trolls.
True.
You can't fix trolls. You just try to prevent them. Huh?
Right.
All right. Next on the list, Johnny and Sissy Fix. This was a fix that Johnny and Sissy's lunge it projected them forward more than other family members. So if you combined it with things like Scout and easily tucker it out, where you could just swing over and over again, you became extremely fast. Speed tech Johnny, it all over the place, man. I mean, that was all Johnny's really used. There's either the shotgun build or there's the speed tech build. Speed tech was definitely a little bit more frequent.
Yeah.
It is changed and it works. Like, it's certainly, you still swing away with easily tuckered out, but you're not getting that massive speed boost. And I know people are saying Johnny sucks without it. I don't think he really does. I think the shotgun build is still disgusting, and still being able to swing 100 times without losing your endurance with easily tuckered out is still powerful.
Yeah.
You're just not insanely fast. I don't know. You can't have it where he's just the fastest motherfucker in the world.
He's outrunning victims.
Yeah, come on. I know a lot of people are trying to justify it because Johnny is not. They say I think he's still fine without it. He's probably arguably the weakest. Maybe, I don't know. When you get the level 3 ability, I kind of dig him. I kind of dig my different colored footprints. I don't know. But yeah, he certainly is weaker now, and definitely not as used as frequently.
Correct.
Sissy with the launch, never even noticed it before. Don't see a lot of speed tech sissies out there.
No.
So I know it nerfed the shit out of Johnny, quote unquote nerfed. It's really a fix, but still, it had to be done.
Yeah,
it had to be done because everyone was doing it. It was to the basement, start swinging. That's what it was.
Yeah.
The Fusebox Reset. Let's talk about this one. So what you can do now is the family, once the fuse box is opened, the door is open, the actual exit's open, they, after a short cooldown, which is, I'm not sure what the exact number is, but it's
short.
15 seconds.
Short.
Yeah, it felt pretty short. Yeah, you can shut it back off. And there's no warning you're shutting it off. It's just instantly that door closes. I think for the most part, it's not a big deal. I think for the most part, the only thing it's truly countering is people trolling at the door, which is hilarious. They're sitting there teabagging on you, and you just close that shit on them.
We got him one time with that.
Yeah, it's hilarious. I like that. But there's a couple places on certain maps where you will, even if you were to straight sprint deadline to the exit door, if a family member's sitting there waiting to shut it off, you will not make it if you're the one that turned the fuse box on.
Yeah, you were Julie. Even.
Yeah.
And did it spawn at the facility?
Yeah, or no, it spawned. No, I would have
exit.
made it. I would have made it if it was facility.
It spawned at the valve exit.
Yeah, the valve
On
exit on Slaughterhouse.
Yeah.
Which is the new location for the fuse box.
Right.
So,
And you were Julie, and you
I couldn't make it.
couldn't make it.
I try.
Also, he was body blocking still.
Yeah. Quit that shit, bro. Please just fix the body blocking. It's so toxic.
The fact that he's still body blocked, even though you can shut the fuse off, is nuts.
Yeah, what a wiener. What a wiener.
Yeah, that cooldown is it's pretty short.
Yeah, I couldn't make it. They were sitting there waiting to shut it off, and they got it off before I could make it. And I was using Julie. I used her ability. I went as fast as I possibly could. Didn't make it.
No.
So that certain locations with the fuse box, that's probably a bit of a problem because there's nothing. If I was the last alive, which actually in that scenario I ended up being the last alive, I go back to the fuse box, turn it on. I'm not making it. I literally can't escape on that exit, no matter how hard I try if I'm the last one alive.
Right.
So that kind of sucks. But I think every other location on every map, you would make it. Gas station, certainly.
Absolutely.
I think family house too. I probably, if you have the right doors open anyway.
Yeah.
Depends on what doors are open. But I think for the most part, you're probably going to make the run before they can shut it off. It was just that slaughterhouse location because it's the exact that fuse box location is the exact opposite corner of the door itself.
Yeah, the furthest point away.
Yeah. So that was the only time I really saw that it kind of fucked everything up. But to me, I think the fuse box, turning it off, I don't even think is necessary. As a family main, as a victim main, doesn't matter what main you are.
Quick play main.
As a quick play main, that is accurate. I think that's unnecessary to shut it off. What I would do is once the door opens and it closes again, then you should be able to remove the fuse, reset the game, something like that. It definitely, at the very least, reset the game so that at least to make them play the game again before just opening it instantly.
Right.
So I would do at least that. But I think it'd be nice to just remove the fuse and then make them find another.
Yeah.
Then I'm good. You can make it. It might be a little overkill if you make them reopen the fuse box. Although in real life, they certainly would close the panel again and relock it. But you don't have to do that. I would just say at the very least, the mini game needs to be reset manually. I think the family should have to go do it, reset the game. But then, make them replay the game before they open the door again. That seems a little bit more fair to me rather than just having him shut it off after a cooldown. Because
Yeah.
I think if you're a victim and you got the fuse box open, you got the trap out of the way, you put the fuse in there, you played the game, I think you earned it at that point, and you ran all the way to the door. You got past the family.
Not stop you. They weren't body blocking.
They weren't fucking body blocking. I think at that point you earned it.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. You fucked up. You let him open it. You let him open the fuse box. Yeah, tough. It's just a fucking game.
Yeah.
It's just a game. Whatever, shit happens. I think at that point you earned it. Be able to shut it off, and I literally couldn't run over there no matter what I would do. That kind of sucks. But yeah, just have a little reset there. Okay, let's talk about the stealth nerf. The stealth nerf, actually, it's not even a nerf again. This is more of a fix. The stealth attribute points 41 through 50 basically didn't work. Yeah. Once you hit 40 on your stealth, it would make it where you didn't have to rapid fire, or you would not make noise if you rapid fired grabbing a lock tool or grabbing a bone scrap. Now those points actually matter. Those last 10 points actually matter.
Right.
So, but the other change to it on top of that is that even if you do max your stealth all the way out, if you're at 50 on it, there's still a chance you can make noise when grabbing an unlock tool or a bone scrap or whatever. If you really, really rapid fire. In testing this, because I have a couple of just straight stealth builds, I found that it's hard to make noise with a build like that. Yeah. I mean, you'd have to really freaking click in it to make that noise. It doesn't really seem like that big of a deal to me. Yeah. At least in my experience of playing as a stealthy character, I didn't think it was that big of a deal. But
I never play stealthy.
Yeah, that's why you die a lot.
Well, no, because I'm Anna and Connie, and they're the ones that get tunneled.
Yeah. I saw somebody on Reddit. I don't know if that's just true, but I saw somebody on Reddit say, literally just go from your 40 stealth to 43, and you'll get basically the same result. I don't know if that's true. I'm just saying. I just read stuff, and sometimes I need to stop taking your guys' word for things. But
sometimes though, that you go to the Reddit and you'll find some stuff some tech.
Oh yeah,
that you never knew existed.
Oh yeah.
If it's possible,
Reddit knows.
Reddit will find out.
Yeah, but so I didn't really think it was that big of a deal. But I saw so many people so mad about it that I figured it was going to be a lot worse. But just in my experience playing it, I just didn't. I could still rapid fire the shit out of it. I think I press square pretty fast. I think I'm quite the button masher myself. I'm quite the trigger finger, if you will.
I will.
So I don't know. It didn't really seem like that big of a deal. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just ignorant, which possible. Possible. Okay. The family stun immunity. All right, let's get to the big stuff here. The family stun immunity, by far the biggest change in the game, where once you are out of the stun animation, this is the big part of it. Once you're out of the stun animation and you're back and you can play again as family, then a 10-second immunity begins, and you can't be stunned for another 10 seconds. That includes door slams, that includes stabs, and it includes Leland's ability, which that part I think is kind of dumb. Overall, I think the stun immunity is fine. Honestly, unless you're trolling, the odds of you even going for 2 stuns in a row in between 10 seconds is rare.
Valve. Slaughterhouse.
That's it. And it turns out, upon testing, you actually can get another bone scrap stab in before the valve is shut off, as long as you're standing right on them waiting.
Yeah, waiting for that immunity to get over and just spamming your trigger.
Yeah. But it's a hair second. I mean, they're almost the exact same time to shut off the valve and your immunity. So, yeah, if you're actually standing there waiting and there's no other family member around to distract you, to get in your way and stop you, you can get a second stab off and get the valve to keep going.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, I think it's mainly like door slam stuns, Taekwondo, which Taekwondo Nerf was good. I think that was a good change. But yeah, overall, like you're just not able to trap somebody in a door anymore.
Right.
Sometimes you see people like hit a door slam and then a stab. You can't do that tech anymore. Now, the only part of it I really disagree with when it comes to stun immunity, I think Leland's ability should not be a part of it. I don't know if there's a simple way to code that to where Leland can still use his ability whenever the hell he wants, but other stun doesn't work.
So I was going to bring this up later in sort of quality of life issues, but during this new immunity period, if you are stunned during your immunity period, if you walk up to another family member, there's a barge prompt. It doesn't do anything, but that could be the workaround for Leland. Leland's still able to barge when someone is immune, but even though I was the one who was stunned and immune, I could walk up to the cook and there was a barge prompt that didn't do it.
Like a barge door prompt is what it's popping up as. So yeah, I don't think that's just a UI bug.
Yeah,
I think. But it's weird that that's the thing now.
Well, on PlayStation, it was R1 to barge.
Yeah. Is it? It's R1. No,
it's square.
It'd be square
on PlayStation. Yeah. So it was R1 to barge. When you are the one that's stunned, a prompt comes up to barge someone. Hey, maybe it's possible.
I doubt it.
But it's probably just it's probably just a bug. But that's a consistent bug as well. If anyone from Gun or Sumo is watching.
Yeah,
that's
just,
consistent.
I assume it's just a UI bug, but it's there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Leland's ability, the thing is, dude, the cooldown's already been nerfed. All right. And now the stun time has been nerfed. We'll talk about that in a second. But you only could do the damn thing every 3 minutes as it is. At level 3 every 3 minutes. When I want to use the damn shoulder, I want to use the shoulder. And if that happens to be after I stab somebody or I hit him with a door slam, then so be it.
Yeah, okay? let the person waste their ability.
Yeah, I think his shoulder should create immunity. Just to be clear on what I'm saying, I think when you get shoulder by him, then you can have 10 seconds immunity, no more door slam, no more stab for 10 seconds. Fair enough. But if you get stabbed and then shouldered, I think the shoulder should still count. Whenever you want to hit that shoulder, you should be able to hit it. And that's that. I don't really think it's fair to just take away his ability simply because you can, because it's a stun.
It's a get out of jail free card. But you can only use it on Tuesdays.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, listen, if a Leland wants to shoot his load, let him shoot his load. Let him waste the damn thing.
Amen.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, let him waste the damn thing. That's fine because that's his ability, and he was strategic and waited to use it after he stabbed you or after he door slammed you, whatever it is. Yeah. I don't think that's that big of a deal. As a family main, as a victim main, I just don't think you should be able to take his ability away like that just because of stun immunity.
Yeah.
Could you imagine, just to compare things, let me give you an analogy. All right. Imagine if door locks had 10-second immunity. So if you go and you lock a door, imagine you can't pick it for 10 seconds. So then Connie's ability can't be used during that 10-second period. It's the same type of thing. Like, why the fuck would I not be able to use the one damn thing that I'm made to do?
Right.
Why can't I use it because of a weird immunity thing? Just let Leland blow his load if he wants to blow his load. I don't give a shit.
Come on with it.
Yeah. But on top of that, on top of the stun immunity, Leland also got a stun time nerf where his stun at max level is only 5 seconds. And I don't think it's that big of a deal, personally. And I actually would call myself a Leland main. I haven't been playing him a lot lately just because I'm trying to max everybody out. But normally, I'd want to be Leland. And I don't think it's that big of a deal because, like what you said, it's already a get out of jail free card.
Right.
Like, you're already shouldering a damn guy. You're already putting someone on their back. 5 seconds seems all right.
Yeah.
If you can't get away after you shoulder somebody with Leland, if you can't get away from the person you shouldered and you get to a crawl space, get to an obstacle, get a bunch of distance on them, whatever it is, skill issue. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you could buff it back up a little bit. But at the same time, going off of what I just said, like, I don't think it's that big of a deal that it's changed. But at the same time, I also don't think it's that big of a deal if it's back to its 8 seconds.
Yeah. When we play family, I mean, Leland's still a menace.
Yeah,
and plenty of Lelands that shouldered us and escaped throughout the last couple days.
I personally, in my Leland experience, the only time I'm going to shoulder somebody is if I'm saving somebody, in which case, who cares about the stun time? I just save their ass. Or I'm like on the absolute brink of death. I try not to blow my load early. All right. I used to blow my load early all the time.
Now you save it for special time.
Yeah. I try to save it for a special time. So save it for when you actually need it. Save it for when you actually need it. In which case the cooldown or the stun time doesn't really matter. But like I said, at the same time, I don't really care if it's 8 seconds either. Either way, as long as it's not like 16 seconds like the Taekwondo used to be. As long as it's something crazy like that.
Yeah.
Whatever. Most people that, not most, but there's some people that play Leland and just waste the shit out of his ability. Like you use it at the beginning of the game before he turns his chainsaw on, just be an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's blowing his load early.
Good times.
Just an example of it.
Good times.
But I don't know. I still think his ability's fine, but maybe a little too much. Maybe a little too much of a nerf there. Could be wrong, and I'm sure I'm about to get yelled at for it, but I'm just saying, I didn't think it was that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Well, that's the patch. Overall, a lot of changes. Some good, some bad. It was all right.
Agitator, I think, is fine where it's at now.
Yeah, Agitator moved from 2-3-4 to 1.5 to 2.5. I think that's perfect.
Yeah.
I didn't realize we had an option to do halves. So, yeah, that fixes that.
Yeah.
That's fine. It's still a lot. 2.5 is still a lot, but it's whatever. It's a perk. That's what it's meant to do, huh?
Mm-hmm.
The only perk that I really just can't wrap my brain around right now is Bomb Squad. Bomb Squad, I think, needs to be changed.
Yeah. Yeah. What's the point in having bone scrap piles at all if everyone runs Bomb Squad? You know?
Yeah.
Because on top of disabling a trap faster, you don't need a bone scrap.
Yeah. It's got to be one or the other, in my opinion. I don't really care that you can use Bomb Squad to disable a trap without a bone scrap.
Right.
Whatever, that's fine. But when you can do it 80% faster, and you could literally, I've had some people in chase, while I'm chasing them, disable my trap and keep going before I can catch up. That's insane. That's insane.
I would think the trade-off to not using a bone scrap would be that you disable it slower.
You would think, but I would, at the very least, I would say it needs to be the same time. And then if you have the option where if you have a bone scrap and you want to use your bone scrap, then you could take the trap out 80% faster.
Yeah.
But Bomb Squad is so insane to me. It's like you get two insane buffs. Not only do you take the trap out without a bone scrap, but you take it out insanely fast.
Yeah. Either it should be charge based and 1, 2, and 3 charges, or
at least with the speed.
Or take the speed out and make it slower. Like make it like, I don't know, 30% slower, 20% slower, 10% slower.
Yeah, something, because it's just
without a bone scrap still. Unlimited charges.
It's almost instant. At level 3 Bomb Squad, it is almost instant. And dude, you just can't, if you're using your focus ability to watch traps as Hitchhiker, the objective's done before your focus ability even comes back. It's crazy. So yeah, Bomb Squad I don't get. I know perks, a lot of the ones that are in conversations that I see, like no sell, choose flight, scout on the family side of things, even easily tuckered out, or big swings, violent, those types of perks. I don't give a shit about any of those. Like, yeah, no sell and choose flight and scout and all, like, those perks are insanely good perks. Yeah, they're very powerful, but they counter each other. Like, no sell is countering big swings and choose flight is countering scout. Like, they're countering each other, so I don't really care. I don't have anything to counter. I can't counter Bomb Squad. You know, like, there's nothing to counter Bomb Squad. Otherwise, perks, those types of perks are just setting themselves equal. Right. You know, and you still find a balance in the very crazy metagame this game is. Right. Bomb Squad just fucks everything up. So, yeah, that's the only perk that I'm like, right now, I'm like, damn, that perk is so jank. Whatever. All right, before we wrap this video up, let's talk about those DLC prices, huh? Let's just get into it, huh? Let's get into it. Let's get ourselves in a bad mood, huh? The DLC prices. One thing I want to clarify. No, I'm not a broke bitch.
I got money, dude.
Let me start there. I'm not a broke bitch, okay? And as a matter of fact, it's really not even the prices that bother me. Just for a little update for anybody that doesn't know, the DLC prices were revealed. Premium content, which the first premium content we know of is the Nicotero Leatherface, designed by Greg Nicotero, running at $15.99. Who knows what else falls under that premium content? It could be DL or licensed characters like that of Chop Top Sally. Right. Who knows? But underneath that, we have characters themselves. Those are going to be $9.99 each, not bundled. Each victim, each family member, $9.99. Okay. Then you have things like the execution packs. Those run $6.99. Then you have things like cosmetics. Those are $4.99. And then you have things that are free, like maps, etc. Which I did clarify in Reddit. I saw Andy saying that it's not just maps. There's other things I don't want to talk about yet, but they'll also be free. Yeah, we can. But I don't even care about those prices. I still think they're high. I think they're a little high, especially characters and the premium content. Like $16 for the Nicotero skin is like, I love Greg Nicotero, nerdy horror fan here. Like, it's cool as hell to me that he's making something for this game.
Yeah.
And I'm struggling to be like, damn, $16, bro.
Yeah, for a skin, an execution, and a new chainsaw with original sound.
Yeah.
Like,
it's cool. It sounds like maybe $10 cool.
Right.
I think $10, even that, I see people saying is high, but $10, I'm like, yeah, perfect. I'm good with that. But 16, it just seems a little crazy to me considering what it is, because it is just a skin,
right,
for a character that already has skins. And then for any casual player in the game, like, they don't know who Greg Nicotero is.
Right.
Like, how many true horror fans, like, we're in a small, people like you and me and you probably watching this, that's a small percentage of people that actually know Greg Nicotero and are nerds and like him and would buy anything he sells, right?
Yeah. I mean, there were people in our chat that were like, I'm a huge horror fan. I don't know who Greg Nicotero is. So even then, you split that up even more.
Yeah. Like, it's a small group of people that actually know who Greg Nicotero is. And because it's like, I naturally want to compare it to Savini Jason. Well, Savini Jason was his own character with his own pros and cons.
And weapon.
Yeah, his own weapon.
Executions.
Yeah, he's his own thing. And he has his own skills. And he was very good, right? He was literally pay to win. The Nicotero skin is a skin on a leather face that you already have. It's the same abilities, nothing changed there. All right, no new perks are with him or anything. Just a skin, just an execution, right, just a new chainsaw. It's cool. It ain't $16 cool.
Right.
So, but again, like, I can't fucking help myself, especially when you're a content creator for this game. I'm going to buy the goddamn thing and I'm going to do it happily.
Yeah.
But I can look past that. The high prices on that, I can look past. I still think it's ridiculous, but I can look past that. The character prices, it's not even the fact that they're $10, because whatever. I mean, $10 is high. It's absolutely high, but you can find places to compare it to things like Dead by Daylight. If you want to go into things like Apex, which is a free to play game, not really a fair comparison, but Apex, Fortnite, whatever, those characters can run $20. Whatever. It's not the price itself. I don't really mind spending $10 on a character. The problem with TCM and characters like that being under a paywall, one, I've only seen so much of the leaks, but I've seen enough, especially from like just people talking about it in the chat all the time. I've seen enough to understand that the abilities of the new characters seem decent, seem pretty damn good. So now there's a pay to win element, but that's not even the part that's the most annoying to me. It's the fact that you're going to buy a character that there cannot be duplicates of in the lobby. So you have no guarantee that you're going to be able to play that character. And that sucks. Like, to spend $10 on a character and not be able to play them sucks.
Yep.
There's no other way to put it.
Yeah. I mean, for a while, you know, I'd hop into a lobby, whether I'm in a party or not, and I didn't play Connie for the first 100 hours I played this game. Not one game is Connie, because either someone better than me had it, or on the team, or when I was jumping in solo queuing, that's the first character I always picked, and I wasn't always the first character loaded into the lobby. Yeah. So I never got to play Connie. Imagine if I paid $10 for the brand new character that everyone's going to want to play. Yeah. And I'm the last to load in, or the second person to load in. I'm never the first. Yeah. I could spend 100 hours and never play a character that I paid $10 for a month ago, and tried and never get to play him. Yeah. And then what happens there on top of that, on top of not being able to play the character that you just paid for, you're going to have people that are just going to lobby dodge over and over again until they do get to play the character they just paid $10 for. And right now, especially if you're playing Victim, if a family member leaves the game, the odds of that spot refilling up, at least on the console side of things, is slim to none. Yeah. I mean, it's so freaking annoying. And if you're someone who has not experienced lobby dodging, I don't know how you have done it. I'm jealous of you. But I guess it's because, I mean, one, I'm a max level. I'm level 99, and I get why people would counter something like that. They'd want to not play against the max level.
or the map, or they didn't get the character they want, so they leave.
Yeah.
And then because like if you're playing victim, there's not enough people playing family to fill the spot, so the lobby ends
right
all the time, all the freaking time. And it's going to be so much worse once you introduce a character behind a paywall that you probably won't get to play, and then you're going to keep backing out until you do get to play them.
Right. And before I can already read the comments, just get friends and take turns. Like you shouldn't have to do that.
But here's the thing though, like the problem that I'm talking about, it does not apply to me. And I know
Correct.
that. Like we're gonna be fine. If you want to play the character, hey, I'll let you play the character. I want to play the character, you let me play the character. We're good.
Right.
But you have to look at the full player base, and that's gonna be a problem. And when it's a problem, people stop playing the game. And when people stop playing the game, I struggle to play the game because there's no one to play with. Like you gotta look at the big picture. Like, yeah, I'm good. I'll be fine because I'll play with friends, but that doesn't mean everyone else is gonna be good.
Right.
You know, it's gonna lead to a lot of lobby dodging. And I think there's a couple fixes for it. One, just make the characters fucking free. Just make them free, or make it at the very highest, make them $5 each.
Yeah.
I think it should be $10 bundles. I can't believe they're not doing bundles. I don't know what they're thinking on that.
I would change that ASAP. I would make it $10 for a family member and victim bundle.
Yeah.
$10 total for one of each.
Yeah. But yeah, they got to make their money, right? They have to make money on DLC to keep the game going. There's dedicated servers. That shit costs money. Okay, charge for the characters. So be it. But make an option somehow that those characters can be obtained for free. I like when people keep bringing up Rainbow Six Siege, because I always like that approach where if you want to play the character right now, spend $10. Spend whatever they cost. Do that. You can play them right now. But if you want to not spend that money, you can unlock them with some sort of in-game currency. The problem is there is no in-game currency at this time beyond skill points, but there's no actual in-game currency because there's no fucking in-game unlockables. So that's another problem. But yeah, like to have a system where I could get in-game currency and then I could buy the characters with in-game currency that I earned by playing, by grinding, just like Rainbow Six Siege was, then the pay to wins thing goes away. You know, it's like that part of me bitching goes away. Lobby dodging will still be a problem. It's going to be a problem, at least until like the first 5 characters come out. It's going to be a problem.
Yep.
There's no fixing that, but it's way more annoying when I can't play a character that I spent $10 on.
Yeah.
That's all. It's not because I don't have $10. I don't know how to make that more fucking clear.
I will pull out my wallet right now, my Ridge wallet. Oh.
You can't buy the DLC.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. But again, it's not because of the price.
No.
It's just because of the idea of there being a price behind content that you might not be able to use.
Yeah. Right.
Does that make sense? Stop hating me.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, I do enjoy the comments. That's like, bro, you have YouTube money and you can't afford that shit. Like, we're not talking about us.
Yeah. I mean, definitely there are people out there that don't want to spend $10 on characters. Me?
Or 15, 16 on
16, yeah.
You know, at my other job, I make $15 an hour.
That's a whole hour gone.
That's an hour and 10 minutes.
Gone. Just like that.
Yeah.
Like me, I don't give a shit because like this is the type of shit I'm going to spend money on anyway, is content in a game that I play all the time. I'm going to buy it anyway. It's the fact that it's going to totally divide the player base, make people not want to play.
I mean, the amount of people that even already said, like, if you pay $16 for a skin, I see you in it, I'm leaving the lobby.
Yeah,
like,
there are people have said that,
and they will. They will.
I know a lot of people are saying that like you're the problem if you buy this. People should not be punished for wanting to support a game that they love. Okay, it's not their fault. I know the situation sucks, and you don't support the price, but
yeah,
it's not even the price. Like the Greg Nicotero skin is way overpriced, but like I can kind of see why a character that isn't pay to win or you actually have guarantee you're going to play could cost $10. I can see that. It's because of the way the game design is in TCM, where you can't have duplicate characters, where a $10 paywall over a character becomes a broken system.
Right. Combine that with the already existing lobby dodging problem. That's just going to make it worse. And people have said, I will start lobby dodging. I've never done it. I will start.
Yeah.
And they mean it. That's the thing. These gamers truly don't give a shit about you. They will lobby dodge, and you will never be able to even get into a game.
Yeah. I hope something is adjusted. I hope the insane amount of feedback that is in their ear, there's no way they're not seeing it. There's no way they're not hearing the feedback of that. Putting a paywall, especially one as high as $10 on characters you probably can't play, is bad. My recommendation is to make them free. And actually, if it really, because I understand that you got to make money. We already said that. They got to make money. To me, just you want to buff the price of cosmetics and make me pay a little bit more for cosmetics, purely just cosmetic based things that do not change gameplay at all. I'm fine with that. I'll pay $7-8 for a cosmetic pack, extra money. I'll pay $10 for an execution pack. I don't care about that. It's just the damn character. $16 though. Take it easy. All right. You want to make it 12? I'll go to 12. Meet me in the middle somewhere. Anything.
Is this negotiable?
But yeah, if you can manage to make the characters free and the IP holder, the licensor is not telling you otherwise, I would recommend it. Yeah. But I'm not a goddamn game developer, am I? So it don't work that way. That's all. I don't want to rant over it anymore. I just try to give some clarity on that. Know that if you're pissed off about the price, I'm on your side. I think it's the whole system is a little broken right now. They need to adjust accordingly. I don't know if they will. I think if you were to tell me any other dev was doing this, like let's say EA, good example. If any other developer or publisher was doing this with these types of prices, they would never adjust. They would lock into it. They've already revealed it. Too bad. Tough. Gun is a special team of people that actually give a shit about their community. If anyone was, I don't expect them to, but if anyone was going to make an adjustment based on the feedback they're hearing, it's Gun. Yeah. Will that happen? I don't know.
I mean, what we heard, they literally said, due to community feedback, we changed the lobby timer back from what we changed it before when we made it longer.
Well, even the actual reveal of DLC prices was due to transparency, due to feedback and wanting to be transparent. Here are the prices.
Right.
Didn't help.
So but they listen. And I hope that at least they can see what seems to be the majority side of what we're seeing.
I would say pretty heavily majority.
And just listen. And they do a really good job at that. So I'm sure they're listening.
You'll ultimately sell more if you just drop the price.
Yes.
You'll sell more and probably end up making more just by dropping the price. I don't know. But that's it. That's going to wrap up this video. If you enjoyed, make sure you drop a like and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. And of course, as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.